The main obstacles preventing the full financing of the Sustainable Development Goals, I think I would like to talk about one main obstacle, which is a kind of consensus in the international development community and in countries in the global north that all we need to do in order to get proper financing for development is to de-risk more, to scale or mobilize private finance more. And I think this is a myth that has been proven to be untrue over and over again because of the scale of public resources that are necessary to take risks away from the private sector and make development investable. So I think there is an ideological obstacle, which has to do with the way in which we assume that the private sector can have the financing solution for development. I think the fourth international conference should come up with a new development financing paradigm. This paradigm should concentrate to a greater extent on what I would call the transformative state. The proposition, which is not so controversial anymore, that we need the state to be able to organize, given how many different challenges and crises we're facing at the moment, the state should be able to transform both economies and ensure the well-being of its citizens in a way that requires a much more significant intervention in the economy and a much more coordinated relationship with the private sector, particularly with private finance, in which the state doesn't just subsidize, but it also imposes sticks. So I would hope that we come up with a development financing narrative or paradigm that combines carrots and sticks and increases state capacity to discipline private capital into strategic priorities. How can the conference support the mobilization of resources? I think there is a public answer to this, public resources answer and the private resources answer. The public resources answer obviously has to deal with improving the way in which the state taxes both capital and very rich, high net worth individuals. We need a global wealth tax that basically asks the broadest shoulders to not to help, but to assume some of the responsibilities and some of the costs of financing. We need to rethink state institutions that can provide resources, and that's not just the fiscal authority that taxes and spends, but it should also be the institution in charge of public money creation, the central bank and national banking institutions. And on the private side, we should be able to mobilize private capital, not just by providing them with more and more sugar or with more and more carrots, but organizing a system of carrots and sticks in which we redirect financial flows and we realign financial flows with development priorities.